Oh. What? Well, I'm going to, but it's fine. Okay. No, it's okay. I'm just nervous. I'm sorry.
He's ready.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi. All right. So if you guys think about cigarette smoking and alcohol consumption and the use of social media, there may not be as many commonalities that are too obvious, but actually a simple one is that they are all norms in American society today. And while the debate over cigarettes and alcohol are oftentimes on a higher level of importance than social media use, it's the rise in social media that has presented a pro-con debate of its own that's actually had a huge impact on our lives, especially in our generation. So because of that, it's really easy for us to see how the positives can outweigh the negatives when it comes to using social media and the time spent on those networks. But a lot of others don't really see it that simply, and because of that, it takes a little more convincing. So a common sense media poll that was conducted in 2009 by the American Academy of Pediatrics, which is basically the AAP, resulted in the use of cell phones. They looked at the use of cell phones in adolescents and the main things that they're used for, and then also the amount of times that adolescents log on to social networks in any period in the day. And so those statistics are, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to those. Especially actually with our survey that I did in class, a lot of you have multiple social networks and have admitted to multiple logins a day to check those social networks. And even one of you, I don't know who it is and I'm not going to ask, couldn't even think of a ballpark number and just resorted to this many times. So with results like this, it's really popular that parents use that as evidence to advocate against using social media, especially when it comes to the main disadvantage of procrastination. And a lot of parents think that students can, or their children can spend more productive time studying or doing homework or anything else pretty much. And actually the Institute of Internal Auditors came out with an article regarding the business setting of loss of employee productivity, which is basically procrastination also as a downfall again. And along with that, other disadvantages to social media like data and account hacking and even viruses on their system. But actually, so if we look at this again, this poll was conducted in 2009, and that was almost 4 years ago. And I don't think that anyone can confidently say that any of these statistics have decreased since then, especially from our poll. So then with that, Dr. Katie Berg actually describes this term called Web 2.0 as the second generation of the internet, and within that is the implementation of social media in our lives as a necessity. And so it kind of just goes to show that technology really isn't slowing down, and social media isn't really going to decrease in the number of times it's used a day. And also the AAP added a news release with that poll that they released and suggested that with the statistics available of how many times students or adolescents are on social networks, it's just kind of preparing them then for the ever-changing technology that is happening and isn't slowing down. Then an article from HR Focus actually talks about how businesses utilize social media more than dwelling on the disadvantages. And so one of the biggest advantages that they take advantage of is the recruiting and hiring process. So they're able to look at networks like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter accounts so that they can further investigate and look at the profiles of the possible candidates that they want to hire, and then they can choose who is most qualified. So it's just another source for recruiting. An article from Marketing Week also talks about the marketing and advertising advantages of social media and using these types of networks, maybe not LinkedIn, to market their products and services. They can do this through a bunch of different channels, and then through those multiple channels they can reach more diverse and multiple audiences then. And along with that, customer interaction solutions also provides another advantage of social media in the fact that your efficiency in customer service is just better because the word of mouth trend is a little bit old compared to how fast word travels through social networks. And so with these different advantages, actually in one of my lectures here, Dr. Fike talks about this process called corporate branding. And corporate branding, it's all about a company or a business trying to maintain or improve their reputation. And if they're able to utilize all these different social networks for different parts and aspects of their company and what their mission is, then they can achieve that corporate branding or that reputation improvement. So the ultimate point, just to wrap up, is that it's not just so that everyone can accept the fact that social media exists, because it's kind of inevitable, it's kind of already happened, and not many people have that choice, I guess. But it's more that people need to realize that the advantages that social media has are, just numerous, and they're going to gain, and they're going to continue to gain, the more positives that are going to outweigh the negatives, and people just need to realize that. So, thank you.